Thank you.
But I don't think so.
Yes. So let me say
Great fun.
greeting to all people here. Good afternoon. It's very honor for me to be here to present one of my serious thinking now. So, have you ever heard about sign language? Yes, sign language. Sign language is one way for the deaf and the dumb who cannot speak or hear. So they have to use their hand to talk together and to express their feeling. For example, here, it means that all of you look very beautiful and nice today. And you can see another features like here. It means that I love you so much. So I found this very interesting. For the first time, I just enjoyed this course. And I thought that it's one special way to communicate in our social life. And you know that there are many ways for us to communicate. For example, when in our modern time, we can use telephone, cell phone, or internet to talk together and to share our feeling. And you know that it's very convenient for us because then to make a phone call, you can ask after about your family or your friend's health when you live far away from home. And especially through chatting, you can feel like that, you can see or you can hear your friend or your family's idea or your friend or your family voice. And by emoticon like crying or smiling, you can feel like that it's very easy, it's very convenient for you when you live far away from home. You can connect with your family or your friends. But have you ever thought about the way we communicate directly? I just wonder about this. It's simply because that's the youngsters nowadays, they are always complain that they are very busy. Are you busy? Are you busy? Yes, you're busy, but thank you for enjoying our Orator contest today. So let me talk again about the way we communicate directly. Many youngsters complain that they are very busy, but in fact they just, just sitting to chess or busy with surfing the net, and they think that they just sit before the screen of the computer, and they know everything about the world, about economy, politics, or fashion, or many things like that, and they think that it's okay. So, do you think about it? Do you have any idea about this? I just wonder about this because when I consider about the way we communicate directly, I just thought that when we're happy or we feel ill or even when we feel depressed, if you have someone sit together with us to share our feeling and even to smile or to cry with us, we can feel much better, feel much better, And so last back with the sign language I have just taught to you. I have just enjoyed a 2-month course of sign language, and that it's very interesting. And I found that they are the deaf and the dumb. It means that they have no ability to speak or hear. So they always try to invent the new sign of language to talk together or to tell a story or even to sing a song. And I can be sure that I can sing a song by sign language. And you know that also I found it's very interesting, but I just wonder why we are the normal people. We can talk, we can hear, we can dance and everything, we can do everything. Why we spend much time as much as possible to talk together and sit together to share our everyday lives. Thank you for listening. Could you have any question? I'm willing.
My question is, do you think with normal people, sign language is sometimes used? And if we use sign language with normal people, what considerations should be taken?
Your question, it means that it's necessary for us to learn sign language, the normal people.
My question is that do you think that sign language is necessary and can be applied even with normal people? And when we use it, what considerations should we take?
Yes, thank you for your interesting question. As I just mentioned about sign language, it doesn't mean that it's very important for the normal people to learn it, because I mean that communicate directly is a very necessary, I mean the very important way for us. So sign language, we can learn sign language because it's very interesting. And for example, when I stand here and you sit there, and if I don't use microphone, you can hear your voice, you can hear my voice. So it's easy if I can use some sign language and you know it, and we understand together. I think it's interesting. We can make our life more exciting. But I don't mean that everybody have to learn it, but we should consider about it, and we know that it's very important language for the deaf and the dumb. So we are the normal people. We should improve our communicating way as much as possible.
I have another more question for you. You just talk about some deaf and dumb people, and you see that quite a few students who are studying at Harvard University, but distant course, but they are not deaf and dumb, but they are blind. They're blind. They can't see anything. So do you think you have any way to help them to make their life better?
I think for the blind people, I just always look up them because also they are the blind, but they are always optimistic. So the way to make their lives better, I think just because I'm a small person, so for me it's to talk to them, because as a blind can hear, so we can talk together and we can share any idea, because as a blind can learn. The one way of language is the words. They can learn the language. It's one way of language for the blind. I don't remember exactly the name, but in fact, there are many ways for us to share. Especially when we communicate together. I mean that when we see together and we share together, it's a good way to lighten up their mood. I think so.
You must prepare for it very well.
Yeah, I think passing the orator contest is my experience for me, and that's very good for me to stand here to show my emotion. Thank you very much.
Now see your turn.
Thank you.
It seems to be confident.
Hi everyone, I'm Bùi Thị Bình, come from K39. Today I want to talk about accommodation for students. I divide my presentation into 3 parts. The rare situation, some issues involved, and some tips for you. Firstly, I would like to mention the rare situation. You know, it's now a hard problem of students because most of the students come from the other province, so they have to find lodging house. According to the statistic figure, there are only 65% of students have to look for lodging house. In fact, there are only 30% were supported in the dormitory. That's the reason why it is become more and more important. Secondly, I want to talk about some issues involved. Security is one of the most important things you get. In some lodging house, it is easy to get in or come out, so you sometimes can see the thieves or the stranger, and there are many thefts occur in the lodging house, such as clothes, book, or money. And I'll give you some example. One of my friends come home on 10th holiday, and after that, she returned Hanoi and very surprised that all the furniture was stolen. Although she remember locking the door carefully. You believe? Yeah, it's true. The public convenience station also make you trouble. It's normally in some lodging house there isn't a toilet inside, so students have to share with many others. And even over 10 rooms have only one pool, one toilet, one bathroom, so they have to wait for a long time to their turns. And the water may be polluted. Yeah, you know, this cause many diseases such as cholera, skin disease, and one of the most big problem is that students are often cheated by the intermediary estate center. Yeah, it's very, very important. And all about, I just want some problems students have to face. And now I want to talk some tips. I want to give you some tips how to find a logging house. In my opinion, there are two seasons that are a big need of logging house after Tet and after summer holiday. After the summer holiday, many freshmen passing the entrance examination cause a big need of logging house. And after Tet, many the first year students finish their university, make room for the others. And the tip for you is that you should find logging house at these periods of time. And besides, you can walk or ride by